few weeks ago, I almost lost my life trying to help somebody that I loved. And that's when I knew I had to start letting them go. Hey there, mijas. If you're seeing this, well, this is the story that I want to tell. I got a call early in the morning, and they were saying, I'm about to kill this lady. And I'm thinking on the phone, okay, somebody must be mad. This person is so upset that they called me and they say, I'm about to kill this B word. And saying all these things. And I'm like, it's okay, it needs to be okay. I'm used to this. This has been a few times. So maybe I'm gonna just try to, crack a few jokes and let it try to calm itself down. Try to calm and de-escalate the situation. Well, that didn't work. Even the lightheartedness of my jokes or me trying to understand that person, it wasn't breaking through. They were asking me to give them any reason to bring harm to this other person. I can't fathom things like that. So after I started realizing that this person is serious, I said, oh, you for real? Because then they started cursing me out. And when I realized that they were cursing me out, and I'm like, you don't do this. This is not your typical behavior. So, I gathered my things and I said, you know what, I'm on my way. And they said, what's your punk bitch ass gonna do? Now I'm really like, oh my goodness. Now, yes, there were other options that I could have taken, such as, call this person or that person, or maybe the authorities. But I took it upon myself. Like I said, this was a loved one, so they were close. So on my way there, I tried calling again, and they didn't answer. I was just on the phone with them for about 30 or 40 minutes. And then they weren't answering the phone anymore. Okay, I thought not much of it. So I called the other person that the threats were made against. And they said, no, they're good. They're out of harm's way. I'm like, great. Let me get to the house and I'm gonna see how things are because I'm not getting an answer. So I get there and still no answer. And I find out that the front door was unlocked. So I'm kind of like edging on and I'm like, hey, it's me. So you in there? I didn't get any answer. And before I even went to that door, I had to think. I had to prepare myself. I had to say, I might go in here and see this person dead. I might have to walk in this home and see something that I really don't want to see. So I stayed out in that car about 15 minutes before finally going up to that door, kind of peeking through the window and saying, hey, it's me. I didn't get a response. I make my way over into the location where they were at, and they were out. In a drunken stupor, they were passed out. I worried a little less. So I started looking for the weapon. Because I'm like, you know what? This is bad. This is really bad. They wanted to really bring some harm to this person, but I couldn't find it. So I sat there right at the stairs and I just stayed with them. I don't know what I was thinking outside of, I want to help this person. I love them. And I want to be there during this time. Then, after about a couple of hours, they woke up and the anger was still there. The madness was still there. All of that pent up energy was still there, hitting at the beams of the place and just almost hurting themselves in the process. And I'm like, stop that. That ain't gonna be no good. That ain't gonna do you no well. And they said they didn't care. They said if it wasn't that, it would be that other person. I'm like, that's crazy. So in the midst of all of this stuff, they're getting so heated that they grab their gun. And now they in my face with this anger, with this animosity towards the world at this point. And they're just blatantly raising it and it gets pointed at me. And I'm like, oh, you got me fucked up. And I know I can say it. but I'm just choosing not to. And I said, this is where we at. This is where we at. Okay, well then. Of course, I keep my composure, trying to calm this person down, and I say, look, okay, all right. What do you think can help right now? I started asking good, calming questions to help diffuse the situation. And at one point, outside of the gun flailing back and forth and me seeing the darn barrel right there, like seriously though, like practice good gun safety if you're gonna have one. I know these people out here, like seriously. Anywho, after a while, some calmness came about, but it was in a calmness of a shroud of anger that you could darn near feel. I saw them standing there after the yelling and the hitting and the swinging and the cursing and all of that. I see them just standing there and they're just still, not saying a word, gun in hand, just nothing. And I'm like, what am I about to see next? What am I about to see next? Anywho, a lot more stuff after that happened. I ended up calming the person down as much as I could calm them down, went about the day, and after the events of the day took place, I went to them and said, this is it. This is it, I gotta go. You won't be seeing me very often at all anymore. Because coming to help you, in a sense, put my life in danger, meaning I wouldn't be able to be there for the other people that I actually care about. And unfortunately, it comes to a point where you have to prioritize, and you have to share that at one point to self. Then I told them, I say, I care about them more than you. I care about not being there for them more than you. And it was real, because I felt that I realized that at any point during that altercation that I might not be here, that something could have happened and I would have been on the news. Young man goes in to help friend and gets killed in the action. That's not a price I'm willing to pay. No. I guess I was at one point, but I'm not willing to pay that. Now I'm sharing this story, not to so much ever give a woe is me. I'm sharing this story because a lot of times in life, we're gonna have to make some decisions and we're gonna have to stand by them. And they're gonna be really tough. They're gonna be decisions that almost tear at the frame of your internal character. They're going to make you feel like you're almost becoming somebody you never wanted to be, because they're challenging the very essence of your character, of who you are. And that's what it felt like to me. I said, oh my goodness, I love people. I don't ever want to walk away. I don't want to lose people. And I most definitely do not want to intentionally push someone aside, but I had to. And it didn't feel good. Even though my life was kind of at risk, it still didn't feel good. Those type of challenges, I never would have. Baby girls, whatever this life brings you, don't let it defeat you, and don't let it define you. And most definitely, do not allow yourselves to give anybody the power and ability to alter your life. That's all the time I got for this video. You be cool, be great, be awesome, and as always, see you at the finish line.